Well, speaking of makeup, here's a question. The guy liner that Captain Hook wears, is that the same that Richard Alpert
Tell us about that.
Is that the same as
Does he use the same brand as Richard Alpert?
I hope so. You know, we actually got an email once saying, "Is this enough?" And our response was, "It's never enough on him."
You're gonna get it tattooed on.
I'm gonna get it tattooed on for you.
Yeah.
I think I'll stick with it. Yeah.
Colin, first of all, tell us a little bit about the limp you brought out today.
About what?
The limp.
Oh, the limp. Yeah. Well, I hurt my leg about 7 weeks ago, so I'm allowed to say. I think they said that I'm allowed to say I broke my leg 7 weeks ago, so it's. No, but it's all good, and back on the mend, and.
But does this mean Hook's going to be trapped in that New York City apartment building cellar for a couple of weeks, or?
He will absolutely need time to recuperate, but you will see him pop back into the season in a most fun way, I think.
We did shoot several scenes where we added lines like, well, even if he did break his leg, then like, where it really wasn't in the scene. I don't even know if they'd kept those takes.
Well, the trick was
adding it into the dialogue places. Like, well, even though Captain Hook broke his leg when I tied him to the radiator in that room.
Yeah, you know, we waited to see how bad it was, and we thought, well, if he had to come on screen with a crutch in a cast,
Peg leg?
we can always have Gold break his ankle. That is,
there you go.
It's always a low-hanging fruit scene where.
Colin, talk about playing such a scoundrel, such a scalawag. I mean, he started off so bad, but now he's freshly betrayed by Cor and Regina. Is there any chance that he might, you know, align with the sides of good for a little bit?
I think Hook is sort of out for himself, so it doesn't really matter who he aligns himself with as long as he can get his greasy paws on Rumpelstiltskin. You know what I mean? But because he's living with this lust for revenge has been festering in him for 300 years, or as long as Rumpel's been the Dark One. So it's very difficult to let that go. But I think he is he's got the capacity to communicate and sort of have some other relationships with other people in Storybrooke and see what way they go. I didn't mean it like that.
Feel free to mean that. Feel free to. So I was going to ask Adam and Eddie, is it tough to have this balance? Obviously, you need this guy to be just the biggest ne'er-do-well. But then again, you've got so many eligible women on the cast.
Yeah.
What's the balance about making Hook Captain Hook, yet also ultimately pairable with one of these women?
Well, you know, I think he is out for himself. I think that the interesting thing about our show is that we don't write all the good characters completely good, and we don't write all the bad characters completely bad, and that at the end of the day, they're all searching for their own happy endings. It's just some of them have a harder path.
So, are we going to get a bit of a triangle? We're going to get a bit of a triangle with Hook and Emma and Neil, maybe a quadrangle.
I mean, you know, I'd like to see it.
Adam's got something to say.
No, I just think it could happen.
Josh and Ginny, are we going to see the Charmings ever in protective parent mode if, hypothetically, Emma starts looking at Hook the wrong way?
I'll let you take this one, Daddy.
Starts. I think definitely. I mean, you know, they want to protect her and they love her and they want to make sure that she's okay, and they want to make sure that she. It's my baby. It's my baby. They want to make sure that she, you know, has a shot at her, you know, her happy ending at one point.
I want to know when you're going to punch Neil for sending me to jail.
Right.
And I have to say, I don't think that we would be too keen, I'm just saying, on her being with someone who shared her baby daddy's mother's bed.
What's wrong with that?
Because that's what it would be.
What's wrong with that?
Colin's like, hang on.
Let's not go crazy. It was 300 years ago.
300 years ago.
Well, that was one of my other questions. Is there a moment where Emma sees that he's got a tattoo of her baby daddy's mom
Grandmother.
on his arm?
Yeah.
No, mother. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was. We did that.
Is that
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we did that. There was a scene in the giant episode, the Beanstalk episode, where
Cut that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, there is. There was. You may see it on the DVD.
Wait, did that
Yay.
get... That's still in, right?
I don't remember.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
So much kids. We end up having to shoot more than we can air. We shoot probably, what, 60 minutes instead of 42, probably? So sometimes we get lost in explaining because we think something has happened that did happen but unhappened. But could happen.
But the important thing is they make for great DVD features.
Yeah.
Coming out in August.